Thanks for tuning in to another show of Totally Obsessed. So we're super excited to be here at KEBN, and we just want to jump into our New Year's Eve show. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm so ready for this year to be over with.
Yes, I
agree. I cannot wait. Like 2019, come on.
Yes.
I'm here for you right now. So I'm sure not happy 2018
because we are trying to get there super fast.
Super quick.
Yes.
So speaking of 2018, so what are some of your takeaways?
My takeaways are, one, I wish that they had, like, you know how they have the plan B for like women that don't want to get pregnant?
Yes.
I want them to have like a plan B for life, like a pill you could just take and just digest it and then literally like release it.
Yes.
The things that you just really had a hard time with that year.
That's
like
so
that's how I
good.
feel, you know. I mean, because there's so many takeaways. I mean, everything, of course, that you go through, you want to learn from, and so of course that will be, you know, the biggest takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely want to work on that plan B, life control. Life control pill that just whoop, floops right out, and then we can move on.
And then we can keep it moving. I mean,
Exactly.
same for me. Pretty much not trying to live in the past.
Yes.
You know, letting go of the past and then learning from mistakes and just moving on quickly, and not just always having it in the back of my mind like I did this or I did that, or oh my gosh I have to fix this, or
That's
oh my gosh
a
I have
good
to fix
one.
that. So just really and truly not living in the past, like
Yes.
not trying to be like Lot's wife, like trying to keep it moving and not looking back behind me. So that's something that I really and truly want to do, is leave 2018 in 2018. Like that's my biggest prayer.
Yes.
So
and that's always hard, you know. I think, like, at least for me, to really leave the past in the past and not just keep you know, not letting it go, and then it's kind of an add-on to even new things that arise. So I think that's a great one for sure.
Absolutely. And then speaking of that, going into 2019, what are your thoughts about vision boards?
Actually, the other day I was watching like an infomercial, and one of the ladies that had just started a new business was really, you know, saying that the inspiration came from having this vision board around her, you know, for a few years. I think she had created it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and then just kind of kept going back to it week after week to remember, you know, like her goals and her endeavors and the things that motivate her. So I think it's a great idea for someone that wants to, you know, take that time out and be a little arts and crafty and, you know, really just have something to visualize day after day. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing as well. So one of the things that one of my friends have done is actually started a vision board party. And so
I've heard
she
about
does that.
those. Yeah.
It's like a tradition of hers now. So we started it last year, and I ended up doing one for the first time.
Okay.
I know, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like I wasn't here for it really, and then I kind of got into it, because you start to get into it, and I'm a perfectionist.
Well, it seems like it takes a lot of work, though.
It does.
Like, it's not something
it takes
just,
thought.
yeah, for sure. And then supplies too, don't you have to get all these materials?
Luckily I'm subscribed to a magazine, so I have a lot of materials, which is nice. But just putting thought behind it, exactly like what you want to do. So what I did was write out what I want first, so that way I can start getting the pictures to match what I was wanting to do.
That's a great idea too.
And so one of the things I would definitely say is to be mindful about where you put it. So you want to put it in a place, if you do end up doing one, you want to put it in a place to where you see it every day.
Sure.
So I just kind of put it like right above not above my bed, but like it's looking at me almost across from my bed.
Sure.
So that way that, you know, I'm actually looking at it, I'm actually trying to check off things, I'm actually trying to, you know, have goals to set for the next few months or whatever the case is. Now, this year, I don't know if I want to participate. It's weird, I know, because I'm like, oh, that shit was cool, but I'm like, I want to leave vision boards in 2018.
Yeah, you want to, Well, that was going to be my next question is, what happens when you decide, like, you know what? I don't want to be an engineer anymore. Like, I don't want to be, you know, like
you go ahead and take
now I gotta go ahead and spend some more money and create another vision board, or I can literally like remove
you
that
paste
piece.
over it. I would say you copy and paste. Like
Now,
you would do it on
that would be something that I would do.
Yeah, it's like change your mind.
Because I mean,
here.
that's the thing. So many times, you know, we do have these visions, and we might go for them, but they don't end up panning out or working out the way that we thought, and so it does change. You know, and so you do kind of get different visions according to, you know, maybe the path that you have, you know, that you're thinking that you're going when you're creating that vision board. So
absolutely, you know, I do agree with that.
But I love the idea. Now, if I'm gonna go home or before the new year create a vision board, I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
She's doing it early, so I'll probably go and then be one of those people like, I'm not gonna participate, and then start slowly but surely cutting and pasting.
Yes.
So that's probably what.
And I like the party idea too, because when there's other people around you
makes you want to
that are
participate.
well then they can also be some of your inspiration, because who, you know, better like our friends or family that we have like a vision board party with remembers things like, oh hey, remember, you know, don't you still want to do this, or you know, aren't you still thinking about going down this path? So I think that would be helpful too. But I think it's a fun idea for people that
I think so as well. I think so as well. And then, what about your New Year's Eve plans and events? Like, what do you normally do for New Year's?
Yes. The last 3 years, don't judge me, but the last 3 years, like literally, I know, I have been staying at home and I've been streaming Jakes. So I have not gone because
TD Jakes,
the Potter's House, yes, Dallas. So, but I used to go, and then what happened was it was so many people. First of all, y'all, the doors open at 8. And they don't start till 10. So you need like snacks in your bag. You can't even have like, you know, a toast in your bag because you at church. You gotta leave that at home and wait. You know, you literally have to have water and like some cheez or something.
Yes.
But it's just so crazy because the walk literally from where you have to park to the actual church, unless of course you get there super early, which is just not my thing, y'all. I can't be on time just to save my own life. So
don't work on it in 2019.
Actually, that would be my New Year's resolution. We done said it, we done claimed it. That's what it is.
Say it, claim it. Put something on it.
Yes, but it's actually not that bad streaming it. I mean, you know, some people are like, no, you need to go and you need to be in the house in the presence of the Lord, you know, to get your blessings or what have you. But yes, I'm like, okay, the Lord knows my heart. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and stream this good TD Jakes, and we're gonna pray for, you know, a great 2019.
Pray into that new year and keep it moving. Exactly. And I'm pretty much the same, except for I don't stay at home. I do go to a church, so I go to my church. Pretty much every year.
No, Janine, you always got to one up. Oh, yeah. God,
no, I actually, well, listen, I don't go to Potter's House, so I can understand the struggle. That struggle is super real. For real. Like, that's real. Like, I commend you for doing it in prior years. Seriously, I really do. But no, my church is fairly small, so shout out to Lighthouse Glory Tabernacle. And so, so we normally, like, we'll join with other churches, or we'll just do something on our own, just something very small and intimate. So, you know, it's really easy just to go and just to be around family and stuff like that, like my church family and different things like that. So I tend to enjoy it. So one year I didn't go to church, and I thought that was the worst year ever. So I actually went to New Orleans to, you know, party it on.
You felt like because you didn't go to church that like
I don't know. I was like, listen, this is the only year that I didn't go, and this has been the worst year. But I will, you know, I'll count that one out because 2018 was the full.
Right, okay.
I did see on Jay Boland's Instagram, he said, like, I think he said, I literally think that 2018 tried to kill everybody. And I was like, you know what? It was out for blood. Yeah. Like, it came with the vengeance. Like it was like, I'm coming slaying. I don't care who you are. I don't know anybody who's really coasting. But anyway, back to my New Year's Eve plans. Like, so one year I did go to New Orleans, and it was so much fun. Like, we had the best time ever. But that year was the full.
You had the best time ever, and then it was like, okay, time's up. This, and this.
Like, all right, Cinderella, come on.
You know, I used to feel that way. Like, I used to feel, you know, bad about if I just was tired or something like that and didn't go, or, you know, just feeling some kind of way about not keeping that routine.
Right.
And then I was like, the times where I was keeping the routine and something happened, I was like, I was like, you know what? Yeah, exactly what I'm doing the food, and then every other day that I can't go, take my favorite concealer away from that.
You need to
seriously.
stop it.
So when
You mad
like
about that?
I'm still mad about that.
I'm
yes.
low-key mad too.
Select coverage, y'all.
I really am.
Yes.
I really am.
See,
I mean,
that's what
some
I'm saying.
other fun things that you can do that I know we talked about is a lot of people do like watch the ball drop. I know that that's a popular thing to do. Like they have different showings for that, like on TV and stuff like that. And then different events. I know you said like sometimes people have like masquerade parties and stuff like that. And so, I mean, there's some fun things to do, but I just know it's for me in my house.
Yes.
We'll be up in church.
Absolutely. And I do have, some New Year's Eve funness for people that do like to go out and do their thing. And the first one is, just like you said, there are masquerade balls to go around to and get involved in. And some of the masks that I've seen, you'll be like surprised at like Tuesday morning. Places like that actually have the little mask that you kind of put up and you can hold. And then there's the one that's strapped behind the head, which, for the ladies that do not want to mess up their nice New Year's Eve then go ahead and get the one with the stick, know. And then also, guys, Reunion Tower. They are doing not necessarily a ball drop, but like lights and fireworks. But you cannot camp out. Why do people always want to camp out?
You've been trying to camp out.
Yes, they want to camp.
So you wouldn't know your New Year's Eve gear, like ready to go at 6 o'clock p.m.
Yes.
Like in the parking lot. I'm confused.
Well, Reunion Tower has that little grassy area that they do like the concerts and stuff in the park. So there are places for people to post up, but we don't want to do that because first of all, it's going to be security out there and they're not going to be letting people do that. So what they've done is they have partnered with venues.
Okay.
So then that way, if you want to have watch parties and stuff like that there, you can. And one of the best places to go is Happiest Hour. Now, I will say I do like Happiest Hour, but it's like Happiest Hour. It is expensive, so it's expensive.
That's another thing about going out. Y'all better have y'all plans saved up because they try all of life where somewhere was just $25 yesterday and then y'all done took it up to $100.
Yes.
And y'all tried it.
And then they just want to give you like a little Happy New Year's figure. Matter of fact,
no, I can go get one of
and just be like, yes,
we're good. So take that 50 off.
Exactly.
Like seriously.
And like a champagne toast or something like that.
No,
which
we can go get my
not
own.
worth it.
See,
but the reason why they are doing the Happiest Hour is because of the rooftop. It is really gorgeous on the rooftop at Happiest Hour. So
they definitely say that for the next day.
Yes.
And then also I know that you were just talking about as well relationships during this time and do's and don'ts and different things like that. So I know you had, you became the relationship.
Well, I try to, definitely make some suggestions.
You had like some cool little like fun ideas, and then you also had just some things to do if you are in a relationship around this time.
Yes.
That I'm curious to hear that.
Well, most of the time they're just really just do's and don'ts. Okay, so
common sense.
Yes, common sense stuff. For example, if your partner or somebody new, and really guys, I'm talking about newly stuff, not extravagant stuff with your husbands or whatever that's supposed to be doing major expensive things. But just for newly dating, some of the do's and don'ts. So yes, if they invite you to go to like a New Year's Eve party, New Year's Eve function, something like that, then yes, I would go. Or if you're having one, I would say invite them. Because one thing that you do not is want somebody or to find out that somebody acts a fool and can't handle themselves when they're actually in a serious situation with you. So you want to make sure that you you see how they, interact with others in like more of a casual event or places where you may not even know people. If there's just an event that you want to go to and they're like, hey, let's just go here and, have a good time. I would say yes. I would say that it's not just such a major holiday that you can't, do anything. Right. The next thing is don't feel left out if you don't get invited somewhere with somebody that you're seriously dating, because one of the things is too, you just never know what people have going on. I would kind of still put that little red flag up like,
I know.
What are they doing?
Like, I'm gonna feel some type of, I was like,
Wait, what I know is that a lot of people have a lot of time off. So then that means that there are more people available. So it's like, you know.
And I need to be one that's.
Exactly. You need to be on top of that list
I'm so
and be
sorry.
thinking like, okay, I know they off too. And I know that we talked about, you know, all of this party and, you know, just everything that's going on.
But you say not to feel left out.
But I say not to get left out
In
because
newly
you just never know.
relationships.
In new dating situations because you don't want to think too much about it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, just, you know. And then I would also say, don't feel forced to be serial dating at this time either. Like, oh, let me just go here because, you know, this person asked me. The hardest thing to do is to spend a date or spend some time when it's like a good holiday, like, you know, for New Year's Eve, you dressing, you know, you got your best attire on, and then you looking across from somebody thinking, why am I here? What am I doing? Like, I don't even like this person. I may not even see this person for the rest of the year.
Yeah, like, I do not want to be somewhere this important
Isn't
at
that
this
the
time.
worst?
Yeah, with somebody who I really don't want to, who I really don't know, or who I really don't want to spend that time with at this time because I really don't know you like that.
Exactly.
So that is so true, and then you end up regretting.
You
like,
don't wasted an outfit. You don't wasted a 3-4
hours.
hours, and see, you could have been on the couch streaming Jakes like us.
No.
I mean, and then last but not least, if you are dating someone, you know, this is a good time to reevaluate, you know, what is happening in this newly dating situation, and if it even needs to go into the new year.
Right.
How about that? Because sometimes things need to just be.
It needs to be left in 20. I'm telling you, I'm trying to leave everything in 2018 and 2018.
You got until Tuesday, boo.
Like,
you know, and then it's like you need to really, really just kind of cut
That's
it out.
good, reevaluate. Like, just really just think about it and go through, you know, whatever you need to go through to see if is this serious enough to carry it on. Because I think a lot of times what we do is continue things, and it was supposed to be cut off a long time ago.
Right.
So I do agree with that. I can't.
That is typically called being overly loyal or committed to something that may not be as committed to you.
Yes.
You know, or just something that you know is not going anywhere. I mean, however you want to look at it, I think that you know, there's a lot of things every year that needs to kind of be reevaluated and you know, just kind of thought out a little bit more to see if you want to continue on it. So
absolutely,
for sure.
I do agree. And then something that we wanted to go over is some fun little facts. Some monumental moments that happened in 2018. Now this first one I gotta touch on, and I'm gonna throw it out there because I know that you probably haven't seen yet. But Bird Box, like everybody is on this Bird Box, honey.
What in the world is that?
Girl, it's a Netflix movie that just came out with Sandra Bullock, Trevante Rhodes, which he actually won an Oscar for Moonlight, and then a lot of other cast members. Rail, which is like super hilarious from Get Out. So I mean, it is crazy. So it's kind of like a horror film, but it's not scary. It's more so it kind of messes with you mentally more so than anything. But I'm just gonna touch on it briefly because I don't want to take away from anybody who hasn't seen it like you. I know,
but I'm like, give it to me.
I know,
take it away. You know,
so
then when I see
it's
it,
about like these creatures who basically it's kind of like apocalyptic, like these creatures who come and kind of take over the world. And if you look at them, then they will cause you to do something very, very harmful to yourself. And so the thing is that you're trying to avoid at all costs, at all times, eye contact with them. So what you have to do is basically survive blindfolded in the world.
Oh wow!
Yes,
that's pretty much a wrap for me.
Yeah, not a wrap. Not a wrap. So it can be a little gory or whatever, but I mean, I don't mind it because I like horror films. But I mean, when I say we took it and ran with it. We took it and ran with it. There's like about 1,002 memes already. Wow. And this just premiered like 7 days ago.
Yeah.
And how I found out about it is because I had been seeing it like all over my Facebook.
And this is crazy. Like, I don't even think I've seen the reviews for this. Like, this is...
I don't know how you I don't know what rock.
Yeah, I know I've been under, or maybe I just haven't been paying attention.
When I say it's over everything.
That scary.
Yes.
Wow.
And so I had been seeing it like all over my social media, and I'm like, what is going on? So lo and behold, I get to good old Christmas dinner with my fam, and they're like, we about to watch Bird Box. And I'm like, well, bring it on, because I done seen everything, and it's like everything about it. And I watched it, and it was pretty good. Like, it was really, I mean, the cast, you can't go wrong with that cast.
You definitely
So that's
can't.
why I think it was
Sandra
such,
Bullock
I think that's why it was such, like, a crazy, like, thing that, like, just blew up. And
Okay.
it's become a phenomenon. So definitely
You
gotta
make me like literally want to go.
No,
and
when
check
I
that
say it's good.
out. Okay.
It's really, really good.
I feel like I'm missing out, y'all.
You are.
Missing out.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm
We
just
gonna
gonna be
check
honest. Something else that happened in 2018: Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's royal wedding.
We have to talk about that. Literally,
We have to talk about it.
I was listening to Karen Hunter on my way over here, and there was doing the best of Karen Hunter on. It's on Sirius, y'all, like the Sirius XM radio. And so literally she had people on there that was talking about this wedding, and but people were calling in saying that it just sounds so boring. And I was like, thank you. Like, I'm so glad that I'm not the only one feeling just like, why do I want to watch somebody else's life play out on television and it's not ratchet? If I'm gonna watch something, give me some entertainment, because
it was not, it was very like upscale, and but I mean, I loved it because it represented so much Black excellence.
Okay.
Like, it showed us in a different light.
half Black excellence.
I mean, no. I'm talking about the people who showed up.
Okay.
It was, I mean, the fashion alone.
Yeah.
Hello, like, come on, somebody.
Okay.
But you know what? Okay, so I saw a lot of this. I'm gonna be honest. I saw a lot of this on social media because I actually did not watch the wedding. Like,
well, join the club.
Sue me, because I know people gonna go off about that. But like, I just didn't. Like, I just can't get into like all that like lovey-dovey, like, oh, the wedding. And I think it was just too much hype. I was like, I'm gonna see it one way or the other.
Yes.
So I'm about to watch it. I'm about to watch no 5-hour wedding.
Right. Oh,
No, we're not doing that. So I mean, kudos to them. I think that it's absolutely amazing. I think that they're adorable couple and everything. But speaking of 5-hour wedding, we got to get on to this 12-hour Aretha Franklin funeral. That's something else that happened. Was that 12-hour funeral, honey. And I just watched highlights because I couldn't.
Yes, I didn't even watch the highlights. I just seen like pictures on the internet of, and just of course like through people talking about it, from Ariana Grande to the pastor, and his horny self. I don't know what he was doing. Like, I mean,
I don't even know.
Who decided to call these people up? I'm just assuming that Aretha would have called these people up himself.
But like, I don't know if she would have called up Ariana.
That's
like,
true.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, like.
But I don't know. I think that weren't they close? Didn't they know each other or something like that? Yeah, I think
maybe I'm speaking out of turn, honey, but
met.
I didn't know that. I'm just like, what is she even doing there?
I don't know.
But it was
the longest. Like a little teeny bopper. I'm
Yeah,
like, y'all couldn't find nobody like Mariah Carey.
Yeah, like and dress appropriately to these things. Why would you wear that?
And that's the thing. She was dressed inappropriately, and by no means should that pastor have touched her like that or reached out. And I mean, who knows what was going through his head? Wink, wink. But I mean, it still looked bad. I think it was the way that it pans out on television. So that was crazy. Yes. But then also, I did see a picture of her in the red heels. Did you see?
Oh God! See, that was another thing. We took it ran with those things. Everybody was talking about, the Dorothy shoes and all of it. Was in the legs crossed.
Yes, and the legs crossed.
It turned into like a circus clown. I really do.
Yeah, because did they have to do like two outfit changes? The body traveled more than her when she was alive.
It was just so much. The longest funeral in history. Let's just keep it. That happened in 2018. So something else that happened, which I'm pumped about, was Black Panther's box office success.
Okay, yes.
I was like one of the first ones in the theater, and I also had on a costume. I was here. It went there. It went there. When I said I've been waiting, because I love Marvel. Like, I love all of Marvel's movie, and I'm like a Marvel fan, and I think all of us, like the Black community, was waiting on this Black superhero.
Yeah, I think
and they did it so well. Like Ryan Coogler, that was director, and he also was the director of Creed. So him and Michael B. Jordan's sync-ups are always going to be on point.
Sure.
It just seems like they can't get it wrong. And it was like, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I watched that movie so much because it was just so good.
Really?
It was, yes, and it had so much symbolism in it as well, I feel like, just about, which we can get into, we're not going to get all the way into, just about African and then African American, like those two versus each other. Like, it was just, it was beautiful. He even broke down. Sorry, even Ryan Coogler, like he broke down like even the costume, like from the colors to like what it meant, what it was symbolic to. Like it was excellence. It was Black excellence.
Yeah. I do think that people were just excited for just like you said, such a major box office success. With it being an African American movie, because throughout the entire year, like people have been all about Black Panther attire and just the looks.
And then our babies, like our kids, like for Halloween, like they wanted to be him. Like it's like you actually look like him.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that was awesome. That was awesome. And then also Beyonce shutting down Coachella. Beychella. Let's just say Beychella
to me.
Because she did shut it down.
She will say
she shut it down.
But is there anything that she does not shut down?
She's an awesome performer.
Yeah, she really is. You just have to give it to her, because everybody's always trying to compare people in our industry, like performers like Prince, Michael Jackson, and she is right up there with the best. I don't think that I've really just seen a performance that just haven't been like, dang man, she did it again.
She definitely should.
And then she
it took
really
over.
Represented HBCU.
Yes, she did a good job.
So cool.
It was refreshing because I honestly wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah.
So the fact that she came through like that with that and represented.
I didn't go to an HBCU, but I kind of felt left out. Like I wanted to go ahead and get that good sweater. Yeah. And just be like, what?
They are on sale everywhere.
They are on sale. So I need to call up, Clark, Spelman, or something like that, and register for some classes because she really turns it out like it was that huge.
She really did. And then another thing, Colin Kaepernick's Nike's campaign. Man, I was trying to do the black and white, like how everybody has started to like kind of mimic his, black and white and like his quote and everything, different things like that. It just didn't work out for me. But like I was so inspired. I was so proud of Nike, and of course their sales went up through the roof. But people who tried it and was like negative and was like, we gonna burn up these Nikes. You can give them to me, But please, I wear a size.
Can we just let the record show that everybody wasn't burning up Nikes? It was a certain community that was burning up Nikes.
True, we ain't gonna go there.
We ain't really just gonna go into our closet and be like, there's stuff, even, I don't know if it was this year, but the ad for H&M. With the little black boy, and everybody was saying that H&M was taking advantage. Yes. Now, I'm sorry. I got some stuff from H&M, and I'm not gonna necessarily go into my closet and just be like, you know what? Let me just drop this off at the Goodwill.
Let me wait until they sell this. Like, we're not doing that.
No, ma'am.
I done paid for it. Now I'm be mad. I'm be wearing it angry.
I can be offended,
but I'm still gonna be cute. I'm still gonna put it on.
And I'm really kind of not even mad at the black mama for being like, look, I don't personally think that they was trying to take advantage of my son.
It's like she was there. She was there. So
I think
another thing we done took and ran with.
Yes. Everybody's just, super sensitive about a lot. That's another thing this year. It was all of just
Like, I know Roseanne Barr.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
That was another thing that happened in 2018.
Honestly, I do not agree with that because I just feel like so many people say things, and it's like we live in a society now when you say something that offends somebody, you can't even apologize from it and come back.
Right.
Like,
it's over. Same thing with Kevin Hart. Yeah.
Yes, and it's like, yes, we all know better. People can know better and say something and just kind of be talking, and then realize after they get backlash or on their own that, listen, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. And she just basically made a racist comment. And then I get it was wrong. But they literally took her whole show away from her, and it just got back started like this year. Took her name off the show and everything. So things like that.
But you do have to be aware of the times that we're in, and like it's no longer like we're in such a sensitive time with all the Black Lives Matter and with everything that's going on there, that I think that they're starting to make examples like, hey, you can't get away with this anymore. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I mean, I can definitely see both sides. But speaking of that, Kanye's Kanye, I wasn't here for Roseanne. I was like, okay. All right, well, see you later. Like, we'll see you later.
Like, bye.
So sorry, like I never really was into that show.
I just grew up with her, and I just thought she was the funniest person. So I mean, it's like, you know, I don't even want to say his name, like Bill Cosby. You know, I still like, you know.
But they done came back with them reruns because I was sad about that.
Exactly.
That's something I was like, really, he done ruined it for my reruns?
For everybody. Like, you gotta ruin everything for all of us, bro.
Yes, like that was my. And they brought it back because I was just watching a couple episodes the other day, so I was happy that they actually, you know, brought back some reruns. Excuse me. But Kanye's ring, that was something else that happened in 2018 that kind of blew up over social media.
Another crazy person, or at least he was coming out to be crazy. If he ain't crazy on a regular basis, when he did this rant on TMZ, I mean, I was blown away. I was blown away. The first question was, where is his wife? Is she getting her nails done? Is she on somebody's runway in Paris again, wearing a whole bunch of jewelry? I don't know. But I was just wondering, like, what in the world is going on? I mean, no, she wasn't there. I think they showed her. She was like filming. She got a call. Like, he's doing what?
Right.
You know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Did she ever state anything about it? Did she personally herself? Because I'm almost like,
she basically, you know, took up for him in a certain kind of way.
I feel like she would, because it wasn't
sometimes he says things that come out the wrong way. Okay.
It didn't come for her though. Girl, it didn't come for her and her race. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it's only so much she can say. Like, she's not gonna feel our pain with this. Like,
that TMZ rant was just so confusing on so many levels, and I just do not think that you cannot not be, you know, on something in a whole different world to get on a national network.
With him, it's sad to say, because I mean, I still feel like Kanye is a musical genius. Like, he has so much talent. I mean, I'm still here for like College Dropout and stuff like that. But I feel like for him, a lot of things are publicity games. Like, I feel like he does a lot of stuff. I mean, that in that moment, I do think that was more so of a genuine moment of him just rambling on about something.
I think he.
But I feel like a lot of things. Yeah, I feel like a lot of things that he does is more so publicity game or stunt or something because he's done it so much. It's just like
he really has taken
anymore.
Advantage of this entire year to basically go off on, you know, his idea of love and the world and politics, and you know, just it's like, okay, so we know you don't necessarily need publicity. They say that, you know, all publicity really is good. But in that case, no, I think it just made us all wonder, you know, if everything was okay. Up here, you know, with that ticky.
Yeah, I mean, I really was concerned. Like, my heart went out.
For sure.
Like, oh my gosh, like, something is really wrong. But I feel like something's been wrong ever since the death of his mother.
Absolutely.
I feel like
I think everybody
was the same. And so that's
even his friends were reaching out to him in disbelief and concern, just kind of like wanting him to go get help, basically. And the only person that really wasn't, you know, outspoken about it was, you know, I call him the K5. You know, the K5 just, they, you know, now they'll come out and speak about everything else, but nobody really wanted to touch on that. Matter of fact, they didn't even touch on that on their show, but they touched on Tristan Thompson. That's a whole nother 2018, you know, scandal with him cheating on Chloe while she was pregnant and practically getting ready to give birth. And then, you know, of course, now you see them together, like, living life. I don't understand that, but hey, maybe not for me to understand.
Listen, what you say, you're going to leave that in the K5 world.
It's interesting how we can compartmentalize things to a point where it works for us, right? So we say, oh, okay, well, you know, it wasn't too bad,
Right.
you know, so this is still working for us,
Right.
you know, instead of like addressing the actual situation
Absolutely.
and saying, you know what, that probably wasn't that. You
But
know,
what's crazy is like it's nothing less than what I expected from them. I didn't expect them to say nothing at all. That's why I was like, did she make a statement? Because you know what I mean? Like they're so oblivious to everything that has nothing to do with their name alone that I feel like, you know what I mean? Like they're like, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
That didn't have nothing to do with me.
Right.
I guess it's my husband, but okay.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
You're like, right. Anybody there? Knock, knock.
Right.
And I'm saying, knock, knock on somebody's head. You know, is anybody there? Like, open up the door.
Right.
So crazy.
Moving on to another 2018 big monumental moment was Serena's catsuit being banned at the French Open.
Yeah.
Which was crazy because something I'm reading right now is that she actually felt like that was just so disrespectful because what she was doing was, so she had blood clots because she had just had her baby girl.
Oh.
And so, yeah, so she was trying to prevent them, and she said that the pants actually helps with that. And so the fans was outraged, including me, because not only that, but I want to say in the Wimbledon or something like that, yeah, that someone else had wore like a white, now this was for, that she wore a white catsuit and she wasn't of color, she didn't have Serena Williams shape, but I felt like that it was just like a lot of, I felt like she was really tried this year.
Okay,
and I felt, you know, even with the tutu, and I'm like, come on, she's always been different. To me, she's like a tennis flojo.
Honey,
like,
we ain't never seen nobody wear some beads like Serena.
Yeah, she came through the gate, her and Venus, you know, making their statement and just being different in this sport. And so I'm like, come on, y'all, like, you know, she just had so much backlash even with her shape, and that's been going on. But it's just ridiculous.
What was the focus of the catsuit? Was it because
they were saying that it's inappropriate?
Hers?
They were saying that it's inappropriate for tennis, like that's not an appropriate like attire to.
Okay, so then why did they let the girl go so far to wear it for the whole game? How come they didn't say?
And I'm not necessarily sure. I want to say that either they banned it afterwards, or you know, I don't know if they actually like.
Because my thing is like, so go on and wear it so we can talk about you.
Right.
You know, like instead of saying, hey, you know, bag up, we can't, you know, have this on the court.
Right. And it's just like, y'all already know that she's very unique. She has her own sense of style.
Yeah,
she's been doing this for forever. This isn't anything new. I just felt like they were just picking on her.
Yeah.
I really do at that point. So that was just something that really was just so annoying. Like, I'm just like, really, like, what is going on? All right. So let's go ahead and move on to some beauty trends.
Okay, you know this is one of my favorite parts.
Yes.
So this time, guys, I have actually I'm gonna start off with the makeup artist spotlight because that is the trends that I'm going off of. The girl's name that is kind of like this makeup artist guru to the celebrity is Mary Phillips.
Okay.
And she is like the makeup artist to Bella Hadid and the K5, you know, so like all of them. So if you look up Mary Phillips, like all of the Kardashians are on her Instagram. And then J-Lo and Chrissy Teigen are some of her top clients.
Oh, wow.
So one of the things that I really like about her is that she represents lines outside of just what she uses on celebrities.
I love that.
You know, so we can kind of get some of the same trends for cheaper prices. And some of her 5 favorite beauty essentials. The first one is slip silk pillowcase and sleep mask. I'm not a huge sleep mask person, but the way that she kind of talks about this on her YouTube page made you want to say, okay, I need to start using like a sleep mask. And this isn't just like any sleep mask. Literally, it's like the private jet to, you know, having great sleep. So it's just very classy. It's not just the one that you done seen your grandmother and your mama wear back in the day. And then also, you know, she kind of talked about the silk pillowcases and things like that that we're kind of accustomed to, that we like wearing. So I really like that. And then also Creme de la Mar. Now, this is another limousine of moisturizers. You gotta go to your Neiman Marcus. You can't go to, you know, your regular Walmart to get this, which is a little bit more expensive, of course, than your regular moisturizer. But the reason why I like this is because you can wear it all over your face, and then also you can use it as a lip moisturizer too. And there's not a lot of moisturizers that you can use like literally all over. And then the basics that she kind of talks about, which that's what I was getting into, her having a little bit of a variety of, you know, less expensive things versus what she uses for celebrities. And these are nudies. So these are like literally nude sticks that are for lips, cheeks, and then also eyes. What I love about these is because literally when you use it, it has its own brush on the end of it, so you don't have to use like 5 to 10 different brushes, mixing and blending different things. You guys all know how we have an eyeshadow brush. We might also use it as a blush brush and you know, a powder brush. These actually have their own brushes on the end, which are really cool. And I like them because you can use them for on the go, and because they're literally in the shapes of sticks. So then that means they'll fit anywhere in your pockets, in your purse, you know, wherever you want to take them. So I really do love that. And with the nude sticks, you can get these from Sephora. So you can get them anywhere. There's not like a specific, you know, place that you have to go, like the Neiman Market.
Yeah, that's great.
So yes, I really do love that. And then guys, I'm gonna get into my New Year's makeup look.
Yeah.
The reason why I really like this, and just don't forget, glitter, glitter, glitter. It's like so freaking popular right now. Like, I mean, I'm really shocked about how many people are just willing to get into this and willing to experiment with this, because you always think about glitter as like, you know, young, friendly, you know, just kind of like that. But this New Year's Eve makeup look is from Fenty Beauty. So this is Rihanna's line. It's Diamond Bomb. So what it is, it's a sparkling highlighter, and basically you can use it on your lips and eyes. At some point, you guys, we're definitely going to have to post the look for that Rihanna had. So she had it, she was wearing it. What I loved about, you know, Rihanna, she's so like out of the box. So she had the glitter on her eyes, and then she also had it on her lip. But then she had her tongue sticking out, and the glitter was on her lips.
Girl, I can't. I'm not even surprised. She's the most.
So yes, and so one of my recommendations are, if you're gonna put glitter on your tongue, make sure it's edible, because this, I'm telling you,
it
like,
definitely had to be.
When I wore my glitter lips, I was pretty much, I love the way that it looked. But by the time, like, I was ready to take it off, like I felt like I was crunching on, you know, glitter. like glitter. So, you know, I mean, it kind of is almost like dirt. So you just, you really want to do like an edible glitter so it can kind of go down like sugar.
Definitely.
But yes, those are my makeup and beauty highlights.
Fun. I mean, glitter definitely has been a 2018 phenomenon.
It really is.
Like, I'm just really into these monumental moments and phenomenons.
To the next year.
It's definitely going to carry on. Like, it's not going to stop.
These lines now, these cosmetic lines and beauty lines are, you know, creating so many glitter-based products. And, you know, just also different ways to wear it too.
Absolutely.
So,
which, I mean, it can definitely be chic in moderation.
Yes, absolutely.
Anything in moderation.
Yeah, for sure.
So, some fashion trends. Actually, I want to look back, kind of like we did earlier with some 2018 monumental moments. I want to look back with some 2018 trends. And this is actually referencing Huffington Post. So, something that I spoke about, I want to say not last time, but maybe the time before, was the bulky Fila's Pawpaw shoes. Those came back. So those are in people's closets right now. I know it for sure. My niece is one of them. Also, vinyl plastic made waves and set to continue in 2019. So that's kind of like the plastic, like the see-through.
Oh, yes.
Excuse me, a lot of people did that with their jackets, or they also did that with like a raincoat, or they also did it with, you know, instead of just an umbrella. Like they were like, let's put it on.
Right.
You know, so they did that.
Take it from over the head to on the skin.
Yes. Oversized coats for layering.
Okay.
So a lot of people did kind of like
now
the
I'm here
boxy,
for that.
oversized
Yes.
coats, which I mean I love too because I like to layer, especially
Yes.
with this weather because you never know, it's so bipolar.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, let's just layer just in case I get inside and now it's about to be hot.
Yes.
Or if I walk outside, it was first 30 degrees and now it's 76. We live in Texas, guys,
Yes.
so this is the norm for us. So you have to layer.
And so
very
with those
important.
coats too, I love that you can kind of wear like those. That's what comes with the little cute tank tops underneath, and
Yeah.
the little shirts with the same. I love those. So
Yes,
yes,
like
and then it's
comfortable.
just so cute to kind of like wear it off your shoulder.
Yes,
like I just love.
I'm
Yeah,
very small.
exactly.
I'm so small because this jacket is so big.
Oh my god.
Also, kitten heels. So remember,
I can't. I just can't get. Because I always go back to if y'all had ever seen the episode on Basketball Wives with Evelyn.
yes.
And there was like one of those it was a new cast.
yes, and she had the kitten heels. But listen, she was in trend.
Her up.
But she was in trend for 2018 because they came back with the vengeance, just like those crossbody fanny packs. Like fanny
Evelyn
packs came
tore her
back
up
too.
so bad that I can't even look at them. So like if I see them and they cute, I'm just like, Evelyn said.
Again, moderation. So as long as you're not showing, because I'm tall, so I don't need no six inch heel.
That is very true.
You know what I mean? So, and I also think about it like as a boot, as a cute like little booty, like I was saying, like the white booty and different
now,
things like that.
I can do
You know
the
what I
booty
mean?
with the kitten heel.
Yeah,
but
see, that's what I meant.
The flip
You
flop,
thinking about the sling.
Okay,
the sling.
okay, yes, the sling.
No, we're not
with
talking
no
about the
back.
sling.
And you gotta make sure you put that extra lotion on your heels because you can see the whole back of the foot. So yeah.
I can't. Now, trend I really did like was the super-sized hats. Like the floppy, like cute hats when you ain't got, a bad hair day.
J.Lo rocks those a lot.
I love it. Like you can throw on a hat and go with the little ripped jeans, and I love that trend. Something else that came back was 1980s on the runway with shoulder pads. So a lot of people had kind of like the boxy shoulders. That was more so on the runway. You really didn't see it. So I'm curious I'm curious to know if it's gonna actually make its way into ready to wear, like during 2019. Like you'll see people on the street like with these big shoulder pads.
And one thing though, ladies, you gotta still remember to dress for you because, honey, my shoulders are already boxy enough. So by the time I put some shoulder pads, I don't want to be looking like a linebacker.
This is
so just make sure that you are like dressing for your
moderation.
Style,
so yes, that's so true. Like if you do already have wide shoulders, then don't go out there just because most of the time we can't always dress with the trends. You know what I mean?
That's
like just because it's a trend, that doesn't mean you have to go out tomorrow and get it. If you have boxy shoulders, get something with a little bit of the slimmer shoulder, not the huge shoulder pads.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or kind of like a stiff blazer. So it's not shoulder pads.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a stiff blazer. So you definitely want to think about that.
Yeah, because some of them are already made, like they're sewn.
Yes.
Kind of in a way that they stick up on their own, but there's no extra padding.
There's not extra padding.
So it's that extra padding. I remember I used to find some really cute blazers back in the day. And because I knew, I felt like I had broad shoulders, I would take my scissors and cut out the shoulder pads in any shirt or blazer that I had.
You was walking around with cold shoulders. You invented cold shoulders before they had even.
I was walking around not wanting someone to mistake me for man shoulders. Is what I was doing. Like I did not want to have shoulders bigger than, and because it doesn't. You got these huge shoulders and then you got this little head, and it just doesn't work, guys. Listen, that's just the image.
That's you. That is you. I feel like you really have a stigma behind it.
Maybe you.
You know what I mean? So we know that they're not coming back for you. But, one day we may have to play around with it.
Yeah.
Get you comfortable, get you out of your zone.
Yes.
I would love that. That would be so much fun. And then also over the top frills on like dresses and different things like that. That actually came back as well, like the frilly frill. And normally I'm not into that, but I think it's so cute with the top and the slim pant.
Yes.
So again, don't go frilly frill from head to toe. Or if you're gonna do like some wide leg, like kind of like frilly frill, like pants or skirt, then do a slim top.
Yeah.
You definitely want to balance it always. So
and I think that does it or does it not accentuate like the waistline?
It does.
When you have
like if you have like if it stops like right, if this is like a solid top and then my frills came out right here, it actually makes it look really cute and make you look like a little bit slimmer in the waist. So yes, you are right. So just really quickly, some of the New Year's Eve trends that I want to go over is to switch it up with the jumpsuit. You know, we always go with the freakum dress, like I always say, but switch it up with like a nice, like glittery.
not the freakum dress.
You know, everybody want to do that for New Year's. I feel like that is like the song for New Year's.
Right.
But like switch it up
and all of us don't need to be wearing them freakum dresses, just FYI.
Right. So that's why you get a cute little jumpsuit. I love pants. So you do that, and then, you know, you can still have the spark. They even have sparkly ones, glittery ones, you know, ones that's really gonna stand out. And if you do go with the sparkles and the glitter and all that, make sure that you are paying attention to your accessories, that you're not going overboard with your accessories. So something that I did today just kind of like a little sheer top, and then like I went a little bit overboard with the earring. Or, you know, with the purse or whatever, with a nice bracelet. But don't go overboard with like the necklace or
you got
with
glitter shirt on, glitter bag, glitter shoes, glitter everything.
Moderation. That's gonna be our word for 2019. Like, you have to tell these people this. And then also, all of these looks would look fabulous with one of the trends that came out, which I was talking about last time, was the white boots. So I even think like a cute little jumpsuit with a white little booty would definitely make it pop. So also, something I want to get into is my designer of the week / year. And she's actually here, you guys. None other than my family, Ashley Joseph. She is the owner and designer of A.O Allure. She's actually a self-taught seamstress. And she tailors, she can custom design pretty much anything you want. Especially evening gowns, like that is her thing. And she also have done a lot of really, really beautiful, I'm talking about beautiful, gorgeous, custom made prom dresses this year as well. So Ashley, come on.
Come on, sit down in this spot with us at this table.
Hello. How are you?
Hey y'all.
How are you?
I'm doing good today.
Good.
I was here looking at these ladies, and I do have on my H&M shirt with the glitter.
Oh, see.
Come on. See? You know, we're not going to throw that away.
Right.
We're not going to do that. So anyways, like I was just telling people, you're actually a self-taught seamstress. So how did you get into designing?
Well, it was like back in 2013. I was doing mortgage underwriting. And we ended up getting laid off, and I was like, well, what do I want to do? And I'm like, I've always wanted to get into fashion. So
vision board.
Yes.
Like seriously.
I always wanted to get into fashion, so I went and I got to my grandma Bunny's house, and she used to sew, so she taught me how to take measurements.
Okay.
And I got me a $25 sewing machine off of eBay.
That's the way you do it.
And I went home that night and I sewed me a shirt and it fit. I was like, oh my God.
You are so much better than me. She tried to teach me, and I was like, throw all the fabric away.
Like some little baby pants.
I made like little baby pants.
So who were you making them for?
No, we were just trying to practice. I was trying to help her out, so I'm like, you know, I want to be there for you. But I was like, this is not my life. You have to know.
You wanted to be a part of it.
Yes, I was like, oh girl, I got you on the styling. We gonna style together, but yes.
Right, okay.
So what / who's your inspiration?
When it comes to fashion, I really get inspiration from everywhere, because you'll see something like even these on y'all's head. I'm like looking at it and it'll make you think of something like something popping out at you, or how to cut a dress, or you can pull it from, I pull it from anywhere.
Okay.
So I can be looking at a building up in the sky, a designer's work. I've been looking at Valentino. They just had like,
I love Valentino.
they had their collection that came out, and I was looking at it online, and it was so beautiful. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get some of this in my work.
Yes.
So I pull it from everywhere.
Yes.
But that's what a true designer does.
When I say,
look at anything,
yes, when I say that she really does get the vision, because sometimes she'll start trying to explain it to me.
That's such a good
Yes,
word.
like she'll get it and like she'll try to explain it to me, and I'm like, what on earth are you talking? I said, we just gonna have to wait and see.
All right,
And then it turns out, like,
see it.
yeah, for instance, she ended up doing a custom made dress for Genesis Marie, which is a songwriter, a psalmist, praise and worship. And I mean, she was trying to explain it to me, and I was like, like on the phone, like kind of scared, shaking around. And then we got over to the house, and it did perfect.
Wow.
And it was gorgeous, and it was the vision that Genesis wanted.
Okay.
So I think that it's amazing that she can actually do that. Yes, and then
have to shout out God for giving me.
I know, I was just going to say, won't he do it? Won't he do it?
that was seriously the Lord, because when I say like self-taught, like that's tough.
Yeah,
like I'm just gonna be honest and come clean. I actually tried to do design my first semester of college, and who dropped out and was like, no, we gonna go over to merchandising. I said that's more of my field is merchandising.
You said I like
design.
to see it when it's all put
Yeah,
together.
when it's all put
And then
together.
decide who is this going to fit.
Who is gonna fit, how it's gonna look right. And I said, right now, I can still sketch a little bit, but actually putting it together and sewing it, like that's work. Like that's not a joke.
Yeah, you know,
and this is somebody with two small children who deal with work and with
so
and going to school. Like so talented. So
I came
talented.
here from work. I go to beauty school.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and it's so appreciative too. Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Yes, thank you. Because this was last minute, guys. So I kind of just called her up. Because I was like, I have the perfect, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I have the perfect designer of the year, my cousin.
And it's the
And I was just like, you gotta come. Thank you so much.
It's cool, y'all. I'm happy to be here. I'm getting this experience in here with you beautiful ladies.
Many more. And she's actually our first guest.
Yes.
So
Oh
we're
my
super
God.
excited.
Yes. We need those horns, like
Yes.
going off in the background. Seriously.
Well, let me stop. Okay, also, what can we expect from you next year?
Okay, well right now I'm working on prom. Prom is getting ready to come up.
Yes.
So I'm starting to work on my prom designs. I'm also working on swimsuits and of course dresses. I'm trying to get more into men's because men like to be fly.
Everybody like to be fly.
Everybody like to be fly. So I'm working on my men's now too. And that's really what I'm going to be working on for next year,
Because prom is like right around the corner. It's January pretty much right now, so people need to start pre-ordering now your prom dresses. These are going to be custom made, okay?
And that's exactly what I was going to
specifically for you.
add. Yeah, so then you don't have to worry about going to the crarazy department stores, showing up at prom.
Anybody having on the same thing.
Exactly.
Or
That's
even
the main
really
thing.
remotely close.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different colors, I bet too, that you're inspired by.
Yes.
So
God.
you can just create specifically for the individuals.
And some people, they have certain things that they want in there, and of course, we incorporate that, but I like to kind of get in there and kind of throw it around and put my own little swag on it.
Okay. I like that. So you come like, okay, I actually want this, and you like, no, I got a whole nother thing.
Right.
Not a whole nother, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna spruce it up. Like, you thought you want this, but I know exactly what type of, body type you are. I know how to put on a little bit of frill.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about too, right?
Yes.
Knowing your customer.
That's right.
Like sometimes tailoring it towards them.
Yeah, and
so
it's
that
important
makes sense.
to find out what they like and everything. I mean, somebody comes to you and they show you a dress that they saw on the internet, and it's like, okay, well, I'm not that seamstress, I'm not that designer,
Right.
so we can get it close to that and then add some flair to it.
Right.
Because you don't want to
we be thinking
we don't want to make
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, can you make me look like, Beyonce looking at
Beyonce.
Exactly. I think we all are known for that because we see things that we like and we automatically assume it's going to look good on us, and that is not the way.
I can't make you Beyonce, but I can make you right. I can get it right, but I can't tell you it's a Beyonce, baby. It's in your head.
It's like, get out of this fantasy world, guys. Let's take that out of 2018 too. Let's get into reality in 2019. Yes, be you. That's so good. So where can everyone actually find you?
All right, okay, y'all. I'm struggling, okay? I'm not a big social media person.
Okay,
I'm
be
working
real.
on my life, but I do have an Instagram and Facebook. I get on there every now and then. I'm working on myself.
Come on.
But the Instagram and Facebook is A.O Allure, and that stands for All Over Allure, you know, because when you come in, we want to be all over. You know, we want to get you from head to toe. We want to make sure you're right.
Yeah, tell us
sure.
about that name, like Allure. So what is Allure?
Allure,
Isn't it beautiful? Like I love that.
Allure, you know, alluring. What do men look at? They like an alluring woman. You know what?
Oh,
You know,
not an alluring woman, honey.
yeah. I mean, just when you feel good about yourself and you feel the sexiness inside yourself, you like, you know what? I don't care how you feel about me today or any other day, baby, because I am alluring.
All over,
yes.
You gotta be all over Allure. Yes, I'm so here for it.
Now, do you go to see your clients? Do they come to you? Like, how does that work?
It depends on, you know, because we all have busy schedules, you know.
Sure.
So most of the time, I do like you to give me a call ahead of time, and we can set up either a consultation at my home, or we can either do it up at the fabric store. Because a lot of people like to see their fabric and feel it and know what they're getting, because
Absolutely.
everybody doesn't know fabric. So when you don't, you can look at it and say, oh, I want that, but then I buy it and you see it like,
Right.
that's not what I had in mind. So
Yes.
I do prefer to meet at the fabric store, so you know what you're
Great
getting,
idea.
and you know what's going on. But
Yeah, and they can
For
pick it
sure.
up front and personal and up close,
That's
and they can
right.
actually touch it, which is very nice.
Yeah.
So something I have to say is she actually designed my pants.
Yes.
So yes, you know, little bell bottom, little flare.
These are so cute, guys. And I know
Yes,
you're
it was
not here, so like
custom-made.
you guys can just see them. But
Velvet.
even just feeling,
Yes.
like it's such a luxurious fabric, like
It is.
comfortable and so flexible. That's what I love about
Yeah,
it.
so I'm obsessed with these, and people ask me all the time. I get stopped about who did these or where did you get these from, and I'm like, my cousin A.O Allure.
Yes.
and keep in mind, they do double as suspenders, so there's straps that can go on the back.
Yeah, so
Oh,
she actually made straps and suspenders as well, which was really, really neat
Yeah.
as well. So tell us, what's something you were totally obsessed with this year? So what was your totally obsessed moment for 2018?
Ladies, you got to feel me.
Right, she's like,
Oh,
we have
Jesus, I'm
You got
nervous.
to feel me. Honey, I just had a baby not too long ago. That girdle has been my friend.
The girdle.
The girdle has been my friend.
That's a real place.
For
Thanks
real.
to them. With thanks to them.
Look,
Yes.
But you
Girdle.
look fabulous.
I know, you look amazing.
I would have
Yeah.
never ever imagined that you just had a kid.
Yes.
I'm trying to bring
that's
it in
crazy.
still, but I definitely appreciate
No,
it.
undergarments are so important,
Yes.
like you said, especially with dresses.
Beyonce wearing undergarments. So
Yes. So if you want to look like her, get you a good girl.
Yes.
look, you want to be
Don't
Beyonce,
be
get an
afraid,
undergarment.
ladies, especially right now that we get ready to get into what did you call it?
Freakum dresses.
Freakum dresses.
You want to get good. You want to be tight and right up under there.
Tighter.
You gonna do it, you might as well do it right.
I know that's right. Okay, right.
Yes, exactly. So speaking of totally obsessed moment of this year, what about you, Dee? What was your totally obsessed moment this year?
Oh, the totally obsessed moment of the year. I just was trying to get through the week. I mean, like, I was just gonna say, you know, my totally obsessed item of the week was I just ran into these granny bee candles. Like, I'm such like a smell good person. Like, I just love to walk into a room or into my space at my place and it just smell,
good.
even without, like having to burn the candle or anything like that. And so that was my totally obsessed moment. You know, but we don't have time for the
year.
Yeah, we don't
Well,
have
I
time.
do.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know about you.
I'm gonna let you get to your
Okay,
obsessed
so my
year
totally
part.
obsessed moment of the year, I actually turned the big 3-0, guys.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Yes. Woo, Jesus, and I feel it. I think that's why I want to throw 2018 away. Okay. But something I did was really fun. I actually did a posing project. So I love, I'm into modeling and different things like that. And so Dee Dee Howard, she actually inspired me. She did a Black Mirror project. So basically what she was saying is that there's not enough diversity within the industry, like within the fashion industry model-wise. Like she would go to an agency and they'll turn her away, and she's like, but all these other women who's not, of color look the same. So what's going on, So she did a Black Mirror project where she actually posed exactly the same, had on the exact same outfit, the exact same background as these models, and it was beautiful, like what she did and how she just kind of called out the industry. So what I wanted to do was kind of flip it and bring like a positive light on, you know, I'm 30, like 30 in the industry. It's 50, honey.
Right,
so
right,
I was like, we're gonna turn this around and I'm gonna inspire people.
And you're the one to do it too.
Yeah,
right?
and so what I did was I did a lot of models who actually broke the barriers in the industry, like from your first African American model or supermodel, which was Danielle Luna, to, you know, the first supermodel Latina model or whomever. Like I covered all the board, diversity, Heidi Klum, German model. And so I just wanted to do something like that. And actually I was super excited about that because Beverly Johnson, when I posted her, she actually made a little comment under my Instagram. And I was like, I love you even more. So that was definitely my totally obsessed moment of the year.
Now
it was
that's
just so
something
much
to be
fun.
obsessed about.
Yeah, it was just so fun. So I
I
looked
really
back.
just like you say, throw this year away. It's been there. There ain't no totally obsessed to.
You was like obsessed with 2019. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I look back and it was some good and some bad, but that was definitely like such a moment that I was just obsessed with, and it was just so much fun. So,
yeah, and it's cool to know that these people, you know, aren't just looking at comments, or they might have their assistant or PR person posting stuff that they're probably doing it themselves.
Yeah, so it was cool,
authentic.
and it made me even more of a fan because she really is history, and so it was just so dope just to see that.
That's awesome.
Yes, guys, so that wraps up our show on today. Thank you for tuning in here at KEBN. And yes, also be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's all the same handle at Totally Obsessed Show to see some of the trends we've mentioned. So we hope you guys have a happy